What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. One of the things that I've noticed when it's come to the Black American community is that on one end, you have people in the community that want to distance themselves from us, all right? And you see this with certain migrant groups. It's not everybody, and of course, not everybody is the same. But typically, if it comes, to picking and choosing, they are going to choose their people over everybody else, all right? And nothing's wrong with that. You know, I'm a Black American, what you call historically African American, hashtag FBA. As much as I love the Pan-African community, the reason why I am who I am today is because of the Black American mindset that I grew up with. So I will always side with my group over somebody else's group. It's only natural. The problem is that when you side with your own group over somebody else's group, then take opportunities from another group. That's the problem that I have with it. I don't have a problem with somebody being Dominican. I don't have a problem with somebody being Hispanic. But now the moment you are in your own enclave, you don't give opportunities to nobody else, but then you take opportunities from somebody else, and then when it's okay for you to jump over there and say, oh yeah, this is racist, and at the same time you racist against blacks, I don't like it. And that's Fat Joe. On one end, Fat Joe, the Puerto Ricans created hip hop half and half. When you don't have no Puerto Ricans in hip hop for the most part, except for a few people. Even the DJs, one of the DJs said he was basically getting roasted by Puerto Ricans for being in hip hop, okay? He said it himself. Then on the other hand, when it comes to Fat Joe talking about Black Americans, them hashtag FBA, whoever those broke jiggers are, and all the stuff. Now, watch what Fat Joe talks about the failures of the hip hop awards.
BET, this is a form of gentrification, what's going on right now. Right. So I don't know if y'all really want to ask me about right here, right?
Now, of course, Fat Joe be on Jadakiss podcast. They have a podcast together. And of course, he be on there always capping, always lying. Right? That's what he does. But now, what I want to do is this. I want to, number one, let you listen to what Benzino's saying.
Why Fat Joe said it's gentrification after they let his host the awards 2 years earlier. And the ratings were the worst ever after he hosted it. Now this was the hip hop awards show, right? Why he gonna get on there and say gentrification? Like, gentrification from what? From who? Was it gentrification when you was hosting it, Joey? Stop, man. Joe, you're putting out too much misinformation on the internet, bro. You gotta do better, man. You have a great catalog, your accomplishments in hip hop are pretty up there, but it's like, to me, you're ruining it. We ain't gonna talk about the lies and the beating up the kids, the 100 kids in the gym, because, everybody got their stories. I respect it. But the BET Awards, to say it was gentrification after you hosted it, after it was probably one of the worst award show ratings ever, nah. If they come and say it was gentrification, that's a slap in BET's face, Joe, and a slap in the coach's face. It wasn't gentrification when you was hosting it, right? Come on, man. You gotta do better, bro.
Now that's Benzino there. He's like, look, you're talking about is gentrification. Is it gentrification when you on there? Like, let's make it make sense. Is it not gentrification when we talking about your ass? Is it or is it not? That's what we want to know. Is it or is it not gentrification? Now folks don't want to talk about it no more because you Puerto Rican, right? You're not Black American again. You think it's okay to say you the hip hop awards for Black entertainment television, but why is it not Puerto Rican entertainment television? Oh, so it's okay now if Puerto Ricans created hip hop half and half, where's Puerto Rican TV? And if it was Puerto Rican TV, would you see a black host on a Puerto Rican show? They would never go for that. We know that, right? But continue.
Man, so back to Fat Joe, man. It ain't gentrification. It's just that BET just didn't know how to put on the awards. Once they did the hip hop awards and with the awards, it was too much. They should have kept the BET awards. They should have had a real healthy rap part in there. Because the BET awards have always been great, the awards show. But they started going away from the older legends. When they put the legends on and made it older, it was good. They transformed the regular BET awards to the hip hop awards, and they already had the hip hop awards. That was a mistake. At one point, BET's award show was legendary. The awards, not the hip hop. Only the Source Hip Hop Awards did it right for hip hop. But when Fat Joe comes up here and says, "Oh, it's gentrification," man, get the wasn't gentrification when your ass was hosting it, right? It actually was. That's when it was gentrification, Joey. You didn't even know it. The award show wasn't getting ratings. It died when it was diving before you got there. When you got there, it really died. And that's just a fact.
So now he's talking about some of the other reasons why the Hip Hop Awards didn't do very well. All right, BET Awards was a greater show, but the Hip Hop Awards, it was reasons, structural, critical errors that was made, conceptual errors that was made. But the one thing he says for sure is that the Hip Hop Awards were already going down before you went. And then once you became the host, Fat Joe, it got worse. So let's talk about that. Other groups, when they deal with blacks, and let me just say this, Black Americans. I live in Uganda, as you guys know. Ugandans are nice people, okay? I love them. They're my second family. I love being here. I wouldn't trade it for anything, my experience and what I've learned on this journey. But I can tell you one thing. When you are a foreigner in somebody else's land, you can't be over there making things worse for them, okay? If you are occupying anything that they have, and while you're doing it, it gets worse, you don't have a problem with that. They got a saying here in Uganda. It's called, "What are you adding on us?" All right? That means, and it's not just an American thing or this in general. I'm not gonna deal with you if you're not adding on me. So other groups, when they deal with blacks, we have to add on to whatever that they got. I can tell you that. You can't be over, and and when it comes to their people, that they get to do stuff the way that they do it. But when it comes to you, you got to add on them. But now in the case of Fat Joe is making something for black people worse while getting paid for it, then got the nerve to talk trash about the people in the Black American community, then now switches side when it's comfortable and saying, this is gentrification. But you gentrified it and made it worse. Now think about it, gentrification is supposed to make something better in the black community. That's what folks criticize, right? They gentrified the community, but when they gentrify the community, it's supposed to look better. That's the whole point of gentrifying a community. It should, in theory, look better than what it did in the first place. Now, and gentrify means, we're gonna clean it up, bring business in, and whoever can't afford to stay here no more will have to go. That's gentrification. Now, imagine you gentrifying something and you make it worse. Imagine somebody come in, buy up the black community, and then it becomes 10 times worse. It's more dirty. It's more drugs. It's more drug infested. It's more crackheads. It's more baby mamas or baby daddies. So the property get worse. And then you'll think about, how does this situation even make sense? Y'all gentrified this and it got worse under y'all? That's Fat Joe. Then turn around and blame gentrification for it. Like he wasn't part of the problem. But the thing is that they never let us do that to them because they smart. Black people, we so inclusive, and it's good that, we show love to people. I love it about our people, right? We don't be hating. As long as you good, we don't mind giving opportunity to people. But the problem is giving opportunity to people who have no intention on giving opportunity to you. That's the issue. That's the problem. And then now at the same time, we start talking about disparity. See, people they hating on us, all this and that. Yeah, because we did it to ourselves. We got a big problem with that. I have a problem with that. Because when you're dealing with a lot of people that come from certain communities, they have a more of a survivalist mentality towards themselves, but they don't mind taking opportunities from you. You see? And that includes Fat Joe's situation. All right? In the case of him, I can't say all Puerto Ricans, but other groups, they ain't got no problem taking your HBCU scholarships, ain't got no problem taking your spots in the National Black Caucus. Then ask that group to create some opportunities for you when they get wealth. They never do. They don't never look out. Then all of a sudden, it changed to, we don't owe y'all nothing. But when they folks getting deported, what about us? What about us? What about our families? What about our friends? What about them? What about them? What about your friends? You see, now all of a sudden it becomes very predatory in a certain degree. And that's the stuff that many people in the black community, we do not like that, okay? And the reason why is because a lot of people come into our community and leave a dirt over there. While at the same time, when we go over to a community, we can't leave our dirt over there. No, you can't even go over to Dubai, the white community, Qatar, and leave your dirt. They'll put your ass in jail. Now, I know that they own their community, unlike us, right? But they come over to where we are and give us their ass to kiss. And we the ones that's silly because we go for that every single time. And then they come back and try to jump and act like it ain't none of their fault. You getting paid to give trash. You taking away from a host from the community. And then remember, he was like, you know what, I'm gonna step down from the BET Awards after all that drama. It wasn't just a drama. You sucked. You sucked. Where the Puerto Rican Awards at? Where is it at? Okay. So guys, what do you think it's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again. Another episode of Let's Celebrate Drunk. Appreciate you do. Curtis Bell. We're out.